Are you ready to sew a French dart? We have a curved one and a straight one all ready to get sewn. We patterned them right here. You can click the link above if you missed out on how to digitally apparel pattern them in Adobe Illustrator. But today we are going to be sewing them together. Hi, I'm Christina. And I love to digitally apparel pattern in Adobe Illustrator, creating my own pieces of wearable art. It is so much fun to have that unique piece that fits you perfectly, that makes you feel confident. And today it is those French darts. So let's get sewing. Now that we have it printed out, I'm going to cut apart my pattern pieces. I'm going to even cut into the dart because I want to make sure I can mark that stitch line with my pencil. Then I'm going to lay out my fabric and trace around the pattern. I'm going to pin it down so it doesn't move on me and trace around, as well as giving a 1/2 inch on the side and bottom. I'm not going to give myself any extra seam allowance on the neck or arm size because this is just a 1/2 scale and it'll just pin right on better and look better on the form. I'm making sure to get those legs marked out so that when I pin, I can easily pin stitch line to stitch line. Next, I'm going to sew it. So I'm going to pin stitch line to stitch line. I'm going to pin the two end of the dart legs together and then work my way up that dart and sew it. Then I'm going to do this exact same thing on the other side. Now I do find sometimes it is best to not backstitch at the top of the dart, but to then actually go back and hand tie off those knots so that there's not extra bulk at the very point of those darts. And now we're going to move on to the curved dart. I'm going to do the same thing by lining up the very ends of the dart legs and pinning it, and then I'm going to line up the very tip of it, and then I'm going to ease in the rest. I'm going to clip one of the curves and ease the fabric into the other. Now on this one I'm actually pinning perpendicular to the line, so I'm gonna have to make sure that I'm pulling my pins as I'm sewing. If you do not pull your pins, there is a chance that you will hit a pin and bend a pin. However, it's not the end of the world if you do. Just be aware that if you hit that pin, it can break a needle, it can cause problems, so it's always best to pull those pins. And again, I am tying off that top part so that there's not extra bulk at the top of the dart. Now it's time to iron them out, so I'm going to press them open and then to one side. The curved dart didn't really want to press open, so I just pressed it to one side. I'm doing the back and the front to make sure that they get a nice, clean, crisp look. Now it is time to put them on my little 1/2 scale. I'm just pinning them at the shoulders and side seams, and take a look at how nice that dart looks. Ooh, I love it. And the curved one looks very similar, but it gives just a little bit more of a detail when it's curved. Check them out side by side. Don't they look beautiful? I sure love them. And there we have it. We have sewn our two French darts together, one curved and one straight. I mean, come on, how great do they look? They are so much fun. I love it. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe so that you can continue to learn how to digitally apparel pattern in Adobe Illustrator, as well as some sewing tips and tricks and other fun stuff that it turns into wearable art. Again, I am Christina, and I look forward to seeing you in some of my other videos. Happy patterning!